The woman said to the man, ever they put the job notice on their website, they had received a lot of applicants, at least 50. The man was happy about that, and he thought the president would happy to hear that because he wanted to hire a head engineer, and the new hire started as soon as possible. The woman agreed with the man. However, she complained there were so many submissions, and she couldn't look at all of them properly. The man suggested have the woman because she had some time tomorrow around sometime the day after around 10 o'clock, and he thought he would come to her office and go over them together. The man congratulated the woman on her promotion, and he wanted to know when it go into effect. When to effect. The woman thanks the man for that, and she replied it started in 2 weeks. However, she was busy until then because she attend training every day for it, and she don't know she have time to move her office. The man replied that he had finished his work for the day and she could help her. The woman was happy about that, and she suggested the man help her to find an extra book in the supplies closet. The woman wanted to know if the man heard their staff meeting that morning, and she said that the store manager, Miss Harford, would retire that year, and they would be looking for someone internal to take the spot. The man replied that she would love to be a store manager. However, she didn't think she had enough experience to be considered. The woman wanted to know if the man had taken business class in college, and that class had used being assistant manager for a while. And she thought that was a lot more than of them. The man agreed with the woman, and he wanted to know when the interview started. The woman replied that they would be compile a list candidates that month and began the interview the month after. The human resources manager was now more, and she suggested the man ask him. The woman wanted to know if the man heard about Stacy. She was quitting and going to work for the press publication. The man was surprised by that because that were biggest competitor, and he thought she liked it here. The woman agreed with the man, and she said that they scouted her and offered her a great position, and she thought it had been hard to refuse. The man said she deserved it, and she suggested the woman started thinking about their career plan. The woman agreed with the man, and she thought she would update her resume later that day. The man was thankful to the woman for coming that day interview, and he said he knew the location was hard to reach, and 2 men interviewed themselves. The man A was a chief designer, and other was a head editor of the magazine. The woman was happy to meet them, and the man A said that they had looked over her resume and thought she will be a perfect addition to their designer department. However, she wasn't sure she had much experience in fashion photography. The woman replied that she had done freelance for her friend's fashion studio, and she suggested the man show some of pieces that they used on her friend's website, and she said she had brought some with her that day. The man agreed with the woman, and the man suggested the woman tell them about how she came up with her shooting method. The woman wanted to know if the man had applicant for the company position that was advertised the week before. The woman disagreed with the man because she was still revising her resume, and she didn't feel like it stands out enough. And she said she knew there would be opening up the hiring to people outside the company as well. The man agreed with the woman, and he suggested the woman. He says he could send her his resume to use as a guide, because he receives a lot of help with himself. And the woman was happy to hear that and thanked the man. The woman said to the man before they finished that day meeting she would like to talk about the hiring project for that year. In the past, they always used the headhunter. He recommended candidates to them. She would like to discontinue that service. The man wanted to know why did they do that, because he thought it was very successful. The woman said that it was costly and corporates would like them to reduce hiring costs. And she came up with the chart that shows that they hired people in the past. The man was surprised by that, and he said she hadn't expected the result. However, he thought they should definitely go with the second best method. Until the rest of the team, he wanted to know more about it.